request to review recorded votes at the June 17, 2008 board meeting.
At the last board meeting of January 12, 2010, Trustee Atamnak noted that the June 17, 2008 board meeting recorded votes were requested on 2 important motions, but the record of these recorded votes was not included in the minutes. Staff has listened to the online tapes of the June 17, 2008 board meeting, and the staff cannot find any requests for a recorded vote that were not reflected in the minutes. If Trustee Atamnak can provide us with more specific information, we'll be pleased to follow up further.
Thank you, Mr. Director. Is there a follow-up from Trustee Atamnak?
Yes. The fact that there was a recorded vote and is not in that record as well is in conflict with the report in the St. Catharines Standard that gave the results of the recorded vote, each name, the names of each trustee and how they voted for the first of the 2 votes. Unfortunately, the reporter left our meeting because it got so late in the evening and did not report in the press the second recorded vote. However, you can go to the St. Catharines Standard issues. I can tell you which issue it was if I go back through my notes at home. And I'm finding it very hard to accept the credibility of the group here if they cannot find accurate records of what actually happened here.
Director Hashasani.
Through to Trustee Atamnak, we went online and listened to the audio tape provided by Daniel Fuhrer, I think, and we went to his tapes online and listened carefully to the minutes of the whole board meeting, the proceedings of the whole board meeting. And every recorded vote was there that was requested at the time, reflected exactly that in our minutes. I do not know or aware of the comments of the St. Catharines Standard.
Trustee Atamnak.
I have been told that the online tape is incomplete, but that there is another tape that was taken from that is complete.
I would suggest then that since we have no evidence of anything further, and it has been investigated thoroughly by staff, that we would leave the matter as it is present in the minutes and to move on from there. Thank you for following up, Director. Under ratification of business conducted in Committee of the Whole, I have a recommended motion that the business transaction...
Point of order, please.
Yes.
I apologize. I have another piece of business for the area H that's called business arising from the minutes that is not in connection to what Trustee Atamnak's information is about.
Yes, what is that? Something arising from minutes?
That's correct. It's information that have arisen from the minutes of a previous meeting.
Would you please state what is that?
Absolutely. Business arising from the minutes. At a previous board meeting, the board passed and carried a policy report that included policy F2, which speaks to the process and procedures of an accommodation review guidelines for the planning of school program and facility needs. This policy F2 was revised in 2009. In the policy on page 5 of 8, it clearly states in item 7B, and I quote, "The final accommodation review committee report and recommendations is to be submitted to the board administration. The board administration shall review and analyze the document and present both the ARC report and the board administration report with its proposals and recommendations to the director, and subsequently the director or a designate would present the reports to the board trustees. The board administration will consider the ARC recommendations within the context of the program viability, economic reality, and accommodation needs of all the students in the board. The board administration may or may not agree with some or all of the ARC recommendations. In light of
Pardon me, Trustee Lemon, I'm just to interrupt. I'm looking over the minutes of the last board meeting, which we are discussing right now, and I see no report from the Policy Advisory Committee. Could you point out what page it is on, please?
Unfortunately, I was in the feeling that if I wanted to share something arising from minutes, that it didn't have to be the minutes of the previous board meeting, that minutes that have been passed, whether they're previous or 5 meetings back, that they were minutes that have been passed, and I have information arising from the minutes of the past.
Actually, the minutes that we have on the floor right now are the minutes of the previous board meeting only, and this is not the time to bring up that.
Fine. At what time would you like me to bring this up?
You can bring that up under questions asked of and by board members, but at the moment we have an item on the floor that is not related to.
Great. Well, then we'll attend to this and I'll come to it later. Thank you.
Thank you.